rebounds per game. Webster City is wearing their road purples, purple jerseys with links in black outlined in gold across the chest. Same thing with the numbers on the front and the back side. Links out the purple pants with a bent purple stripe down the side of each pant leg. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs, they're wearing their home whites. Algona in red on the chest, outlined in black. Same with the numbers on the front and the back side. They have red and black stripes down the side of each jersey, also down the side of each pant leg, which are white as well for the Algona Bulldogs. First home game of the year here for Algona, as again they're starting their 5 seniors: Ashlyn Young, Abby Holmes, Aaliyah Busher, Cameron Etherington, and Molly McCauley. And we have all the action for you right here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Algona 0-1, Webster City at 2-1. These two teams playing their first conference match of the season. We'll see who gets off to a good start in conference play. He missed the game on Monday. It was a tough one. The Bulldogs fell by 9 on the road at ELC. Trying to respond there with win tonight. See if they can play a full 4 quarters. Well, the lineups have been announced for both sides. It's time now for a 2-minute break for the national anthem. We'll take that. When we come back, we have tip-off. It's on the way right after this. You're listening to Algona Basketball on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Remove your caps as we honor our great nation with the playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the Star-Spangled Banner. Let's play some basketball.
Welcome back to Algona High School. Time for basketball here on KLGA. The teams have taken the floor. In the circle for the jump, it's Molly McCauley for the Bulldogs, Adelie Schwant for the Webster City Lynx. The tip is tapped by Schwant, but taken by McCauley and Algona. Abby Holmes has it up top. The Bulldogs moving from right to left across your radio dial here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Right wing is Ashlyn Young for Algona, playing their first home game of the year. Now left wing, it's Etherington off a screen, and she hits a 3. Great start for the Bulldogs. They lead 3-0 on the three-pointer by one of the seniors. That's Cam Etherington. And the Lynx the other way. McKinney up top for Webster City. Passes to the left wing for Stokes. Now back up to the top, Schwant. Schwant driving on McCauley, left elbow, passes to the corner. Now back up towards the top for Hoverston. Hoverston guarded by Busher, passes to the corner, tracked down by Goings in the left corner. Dribbles back to the top of the key, picks up her dribble. Nice defense by the Bulldogs. Pass to the right wing. Now back up top to Hoverston. Left wing, back to the corner for Goins. Working along the perimeter of the Lynx here for their first possession offensively. A minute in, down by 3. McKinney left wing drives and is tripped up and is fouled on the floor. No shot attempt. It'll be side out here for Webster City. Still 3-0. Bulldogs out in front. That foul against Algona goes against Cam Etherington. It's her first. So McKinney will inbound her own basket. Hoverston drives, spins into the paint, right elbow, pass near corner, back to the right wing, three-pointer, step back up and good for Hoverston. A long possession ends in a three, and we're tied 3-all, a minute and a half into this first quarter. So Holmes the other way now for Algona. Etherington, right wing, pump fakes a three, made one, now kicks it back out up top. Pump fake for Busher, it fakes a pass right, layup off glass, no good. Long rebound tapped and controlled by McKinney for Webster City. Skip pass far side, knocked out of bounds by Aaliyah Busher. Looked like a defensive back on the football field there. Busher reaching out, barely getting a hand on that ball, knocking it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lynx as McKinney inbounds under her own basket. Pass left corner, now back to the top of the key for Stokes. Stokes, left wing for the point guard McKinney. Down low to Hoverson, pump fakes, pass tipped, stolen by Algona, taken by Young. Passes up the floor left side for McCauley. Skip pass right wing, wide open, deep three, Abby Holmes. Off iron, no good. Rebound off the foot of Etherington. Saved by Young. Algona, an extra possession. Young drives reverse, left-handed layup is up and good. Extra possession, nets Algona 2 points. It's 5-3 Bulldogs. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. McKinney drives, right wing, passes to the right corner, now back up top for Hoverston. Dribbles a couple times, right backdoor pass to McKinney under the basket, makes a nice catch, picks up her dribble, left elbow jumper for Schwant, off back iron, rebound to Algona and Busher. Pass up the floor, Holmes, right wing, drives in, layup off glass, too short, gets her own rebound, triple team, passes out right wing, wide open three for McCauley, it's good. And a timeout, Webster City. Three-pointer from McCauley off the offensive rebound and assist by Abby Holmes. And the Bulldogs have an 8-3 lead here early on. 5:08 to go in quarter number one.
30-second timeout.
On the three ball working early here for Algona. Cam Etherington hit one. Molly McCauley hit one. Abby Holmes missed one, but just got an assist there on a three-pointer. And the Bulldogs are on a 5-0 run, and they have a 5-point lead, 8-3, about 3 minutes in to quarter number one. Timeout called by Webster City. Their head coach, Nicole Muhlenbrook, not happy with the last couple of possessions. Algona, 2 offensive rebounds, one by Young, one by Holmes, leading to 5 points for the Algona Bulldogs. So Webster City ball down by 5, 3 minutes into this first quarter. McKinney across half court, picked up by Etherington for the Bulldogs. No subs for either team. Left wing is Goings, 5'5" senior. Now to Hoverson, who drives baseline to left corner, back up to the top of the key for Stokes. Stokes drives in, kicks, finger tipped out of bounds. Tipped out of bounds there by Busher. As that pass went to the left corner, looking for Hoverson, but it was tipped away. A couple subs now for Forest City as Leah Kosh is in. Also Jenna Miller for Webster City. Lynx have the ball up top, pass left side, over to Kosh. 8-3 Algona here, 4.5 to go in this first quarter. Up top, Hoverson drives on Busher, passes to the right corner, tipped out of bounds by Abby Holmes. Well, the Bulldogs getting fingertips on really everything. And now Hoverson will inbound, they go back into the backcourt, tracked down by Miller. Miller up top, guarded by Abby Holmes. Right wing now crossover, drives in the left-handed layup in traffic, no good. And an offensive foul called, charge drawn by Ashlyn Young. She took a hard tumble back to the hardwood, immediately grabbed for the back of her head, but she's up and okay. Nice, tough charge drawn by Ashlyn Young. The foul on Kelly Stokes, it's her first. 8-3 Algona, 4:15 to go here in quarter one. Holmes up top, setting up the offense. Passes left wing for Etherington. Etherington now up top to Busher. Down low, nice entry pass to McCauley. Under the basket, kicks it back out right wing. Young a three-pointer. It's short, long rebound Etherington. Back to Young right wing. Now up top for Busher. Algona resets after another offensive rebound. Busher spins, kicks to the corner, tipped, nearly saved. It goes out of bounds. Now who's it off of? It's off Young. The ball goes back to Webster City. Good hands that time by McKinney, forcing that ball out of bounds off the fingers of Young. And Webster City gets the ball right back. Still down by 5, 8-3, halfway through this first quarter. Left wing is Stokes. Now over to the right side. Stokes is it right back. She takes a three-pointer, and it's up and good. Stokes with a three. Webster City back within 2, 8-6. 3.5 left in the first quarter. Holmes passes up top for Busher. Busher probing, now looking for Young left wing. Back up top, McCauley pump fakes a three momentarily, drives and kicks to the left corner. Busher waiting for it, gives it back to McCauley. Her three just rims out. Offensive rebound for Busher. Try to wrap the round pass to Etherington on the right side, just could not get the angle. It rolls out of bounds, a turnover, and the ball goes back to Webster City. So the Lanes get the ball back here, down by 2, 3:05 left in quarter number 1. Left wing is Koss, drives in, passes to Stokes, ball blocked, and then it rolls out of bounds. Stokes tried to save it, could not get it. It rolls out of bounds off her, the ball back to Algona. It was a nice play. I believe it was Abby Holmes that got a hand on that ball just as Stokes began her upward motion towards the rim. Knocked it kind of off her leg or knee, and it rolled out of bounds. Left side is Ashlyn Young on the elbow. Now passes to the corner for Etherington. She drives right-hand layup in traffic. No good. Offensive rebound again for Etherington. Gets it back left wing. Pump fakes a three and drives. Back up top, Busher. Straight on three is off back iron. Long rebound tracked down by Webster City and Leah Kosh. The Lynx go back the other way. They are down by 2, 8-6, 2.5 left in quarter 1. McKinney up top, guarded by Etherington. Now a skip pass to the left corner for Miller. Miller drives in, right-handed layup across the lane is no good, blocked partially by Algona. A number of defenders down there. Holmes out of the pack, passes right wing for Busher. Busher thought about a deep three momentarily, now resets back up top. Bounce pass to a cutting Etherington, layup off glass is up and in. Beautiful pass by Busher to Etherington. The Bulldogs have a 4-point lead, 10-6. Etherington now with 5 to lead all scorers. McKinney up top, setting up the offense. 10-6 Bulldogs, 1:55 to go. Left wing for the Lynx. That's Kosh. Kosh to the corner now for McKinney. McKinney scoreless so far, first 6+ minutes of this ball game. Now pass to the right wing for Miller. Miller now to the corner. Three-pointer is up for Stokes. Off back iron, no good. Long rebound tracked down to the corner. Now driving is Kosh. Layup maybe block it. Turn rebound again. Has a wide open layup and it falls. Kosh stays with it and gets the Lynx back within 2. 10-8, 1:20 left here in this first quarter. Bulldogs back in possession. It's Busher up top on the right wing. Passes to Young. Off the screen by Holmes. Now up top, into the game for the first time is Alexa Chase. Bounce pass is thrown away by Etherington. Tracked down by Webster City. Pass up the floor to a cutting Miller. Layup after a pump fake is up and good. Miller, her first 2 points, and we're tied at 10. A minute to go in the first quarter. Holmes up top for the Bulldogs. Sizing up the defense, they move into the paint, floating right-hand layup, too strong offensive board again. Skip pass right wing, now Algona resets back up top. 40 seconds to go in this first quarter, tied at 10. Holmes waiting patiently on the Bulldog logo near half court. Left wing, Young pump fakes left, passes now to the middle part of the floor. Now to the right wing for Etherington. Off a screen, takes a step in three-pointer, it rattles in. Etherington, 8 first quarter points. The Bulldogs in front by 3, 13-10, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. McKinney, pass right wing for Hoverston. Down to 10 seconds. Hoverston, one dribble, passes back to McKinney, right corner. At 6 seconds, double teamed in the corner. McKinney, skip pass, left wing. A deep 2 jumper at the buzzer is short. No good by Kosh. And that does it for quarter number 1. After the first, Algona 13, Webster City 10. The Bulldogs a lead after the first. We'll take a break. We'll come back with quarter 2 right after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA. Welcome back to Algona High School. Time for quarter number 2. The Bulldogs lead 13-10 over Webster City here on Hometown Radio. Inbounds pass by Webster City, thrown away, tipped out of bounds. It's off of Busher. The ball will stay with Webster City. The 5 though for the Bulldogs, Busher, Young, Holmes, along with McCauley and Chase. Webster City out there. They have McKinney to go with a couple other seniors. Stokes out there for Webster City. Also Kosh to go with Miller and Hoverston. Bounce pass to Hoverston into the paint. Layup is blocked. Maybe she loses it out of bounds. It was then tipped away by Chase. It'll stay with Webster City. Nice look down low, but good defense, good hands by the Bulldogs in the paint. McKinney inbounds on the L of Bulldogs under the basket. Right in, or pass into the left elbow. Jumper by Hoverston. That was off back iron. No good. Rebound to Busher for Algona. Pass up the floor, left wing Holmes. Crossover, spins into the paint. Right-handed layup in traffic. No, but a whistle, a foul, and 2 free throws. Well, a nice move by Holmes in the left wing. Crossover right to left, and a spin back to the right, and had a nice opening to the hoop. The help defense came, and she got the bump.
Her first
and earns 2 free throws.
Foul.
That foul against Grace Hoverston, her first. And the free throw for Holmes was a bit strong off the back iron. That's only the 3rd foul called in this game. 2 of them on Webster City, 1 on Algona. Next free throw good for Holmes, her first point tonight. And it's 14-10, Algona in front here. Early second quarter on Hometown Radio, KONGA. Webster City, left wing. The Lynx is Kosh. He drives across the paint. Right hand layup is blocked out of bounds by Busher. Webster City just nothing easy right now. The Bulldogs defense stifling the Lynx. They're getting into the paint, but the Bulldogs blocking nearly everything. McKinney inbounds up top to Hoverston. Thought about a straight on 3. Pump fakes, passes left wing. 3-pointer for Stokes is up. It rims out. Rebound to McCauley for I'm going to pass up the floor. Though is tipped out of bounds. Good effort by the junior Kosh to tap that one away. Might have saved the fast break bucket. Instead, Algona inbounds near the left corner with Busher. Bulldogs leading by 4. 7-10 to go in the first half. Young up top for Algona. Looking left, now hands it off to Holmes off the screen. Now Chase passes left side for Busher. Busher skip past McCauley, right wing, pump fakes a 3, spins into the paint, right-handed shot off glass, no. Rebound tipped, but a foul. It'll be on McCauley for going over the back. That is the first on McCauley, and Algona's second as a team this half. Neither team really in any danger of bonus foul trouble at all. Both teams just have 2 fouls. Sub now for the Bulldogs. In for the first time, Lillian Etherington. Also back out there, Cam Etherington, replacing Abby Holmes and Ashlyn Young. McKinney passes to Hoverston. Out of the right wing, driving is Miller. Miller off glass, no good. Back for the rebound, Lillian Etherington. Algona has the ball, 14-10 in this second quarter. Driving now is Busher, fakes a pass, right thing goes the teardrop layup, but it just rims in and out. Rebound of Webster City and Hoverston. Tough break there for the Bulldogs and Aaliyah Busher. Still a 14-10 game. Bulldogs lead here second quarter, left side. Pass to the corner, wide open, but Goings does not shoot. Passes back up top to Hoverston. Hoverston pump fakes, drives, left elbow now into the paint. Floating layup is off. Goings, the offensive rebound, dribbles back out and passes up top to McKinney to reset for Webster City. 6 to go in the first half. Algona a 4-point lead. McKinney crossover, fake pass right, floating layup, rims in. McKinney's first 2 points tonight, and it's 14-12. Webster City back within 2, 5:45 to go in the first half. Busher, left wing, hands it off to McCauley. Off a screen, passes corner. Now right wing for Lillian Etherington. She spins into the paint, passes back to the corner for McCauley. Pump fake, drive, layup off glass, in traffic, no. Rebound to Hoverston. McKinney now in motion for Webster City across the timeline. Pass into Hoverston, in the paint, right-handed layup, rims around and out, but a foul, and 2 free throws. I believe this foul going to go against Molly McCauley. We'll see here. And indeed it will. It's her second, Algona's third as a team. 2 free throws for Grace Hoverston.
Her second, third team foul.
5:21 to go. in this first half. Hoverson's first free throw is perfect. She has 4 points now tonight. And now a timeout called by the Algona Bulldogs. A full timeout will take the break as well. 14-13 Algona. One more free throw coming up right after this here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
By Algona.
Welcome back to Algona High School. One more free throw here coming up for Grace Hoverson of Webster City, trying to tie this game at 14. And she does. 2 of 2 from the stripe. 14 all. 5:20 left in this first half. Algona quickly up the floor. A deep 2 for Lillian Etherington from the right corner, and it drops. She had a wide open lane to the hoop, but shot a deep 2 and made it. Bulldogs back in front by 2, 16-14. McKinney up top, off the screen, left wing three-pointer, rims out, rebound, tapped around, offensive board for Hoverson. Her shot that was blocked, taken away by the Bulldogs. McCauley across the half court, drives in, kicks, left wing, deep 3 for Abby Holmes, off to the left, no good. Offensive rebound, Lillian Etherington, Adam McCauley in the corner, back up top, Holmes, reload 3 right wing, that's off to the left, rebound to Hoverson for Webster City. The Lynx will reset across half court, pass up the floor for Goings now. Now left elbow Hoverson, drives and kicks to the right wing, driving into the paint now is Kosh, passes towards the corner, too high, out of bounds. Looking for Miller, but just a bit too tall. It's a turnover, and the ball goes back to Algona. Bulldogs still lead by 2, 16-14. 4.5 left here in the first half. Now a sub for Webster City as Adelie Schwant checks back in, giving a rest to Jenna Miller. Holmes across the timeline for the Bulldogs, leading by 2. Ignores a screen, drives in, kick, left wing 3 for Solbach in the game for the first time. Off left iron, no good. High for the rebound is Hoverson. McKinney for Webster City now up top off a screen. Drives against Etherington. Right hand layup through traffic, no good. Offensive board, put back, no. One more try up and in for Schwant. Her first 2 points, and now we're tied at 16. 4 to go in the first half. Holmes up top for Algona. Pass to right wing. Etherington, that's Lillian. Pump fakes a 3, drives in. Spin move, right hand layup. Up and good. The freshman Lillian Etherington, back-to-back buckets here in the second quarter. She's got 4. Algona a 2-point lead. Hoverson drives in. No one picks her up. Her floating shot off back iron. Then it rims in. We're back to even 18 all. Well, Hoverson is keeping Webster City in this thing. She has 7 to lead Webster City. Now the other way go the Bulldogs. Pass towards Holmes in the corner is tipped out of bounds. The ball will stay with Algona. Now a sub for the Bulldogs as Busher is back in, getting a rest to McCauley. In the corner is Busher off the inbounds pass. Now up top to Cam Etherington. Looking left, passes that way back to Busher. Entry into Holmes. Now up top, Lillian Etherington. Straight on 3, it's good! Lillian Etherington, 7 points, all within the last couple of minutes here. And the Bulldogs a 3-point lead, 21-18, 3 to go in the second quarter. Driving is McKinney, wide open, finger roll layup is good. Got past the first wave off the screen and no help down low. 2 more for McKinney, back to a 1-point Algona lead, 3 to go in the first half. Holmes up top, picks up her dribble, finds Sobach left wing, tries to drive and hands it off to Etherington. That's Cam. Passes right wing for Holmes, a very deep three, too strong. Long rebound, Busher has it back to Holmes. Drives, right side, over the top of McKinney, layup good and the foul. Offensive rebounds for the Bulldogs, reaping them huge rewards right now. Chance for a three-point play here for Abby Holmes. That's her first made field goal tonight. She's got 3, looking for her 4th here from the free throw line. It's a 23-20 lead. That foul, by the way, was on McKinney, her first. The team's 3rd for Webster City, and the free throw is up and in for Abby Holmes, who's now being replaced by Ashlyn Young. 4 points for Holmes as she takes a rest. 2.5 to go in the first half. Bulldogs lead at 24-20. McKinney slowly across half court from left to right for Webster City, wearing their road purple jerseys. Left wing for the Lynx is Kosh. Kosh drives against Etherington. Right-hander's layup is off glass, but a whistle on that shot attempt that misses. Kind of a wild sweeping, almost a hook shot for Kosh, driving from left to right. And a foul called against Lillian Etherington there, her first, and earns 2 free throws for Kosh. The junior's first, is off back iron, no good. So it stays a 4-point Bulldog lead, 2:19 left here in the first half. Now a sub for Algona, first minutes for the freshman Alayla Perry. So the Bulldogs have 3 freshmen out there. Sobach, Lillian Etherington, and Alayla Perry to go with 2 seniors, Aaliyah Busher and Ashlyn Young. Next free throw is good for Kosh. She's got 3, and it's a 3-point Bulldog lead, 24-21. 2:15 left in the first half. Perry passes to Sobach up top, crossover, dribble, handoff to Busher left wing. Pump fakes a 3, returns back to the top of the key, nearing half court. Guarded by Hoverson, Perry a screen, step back 3 for Busher, just rims out. Rebound to Hoverson, who had the contest on that shot. Got back in to get the rebound for Webster City. McKinney has it, 1:50 to go in the first half. Pick and roll, pass down low to Schwant. Layup up with the foul. And now free throws here coming up for Webster City as the shot missed. That foul was against Alayla Perry, her first. Algona's 5th as a team. The shot almost fell, but 2 free throws here for Webster City. The first for Schwant misses. So it stays a 3-point Bulldog lead, 24-21, 1:46 to go in this first half. Schwant's up top. Next free throw rims in and out. Rebound to Perry for Algona. Busher up the floor. Right wing, Lillian Etherington drives to the right corner. Now back to Busher, deep right wing. Guarded by Hoverson. Bounce pass into Perry. Right-handed hook shot just rims out. McKinney high for the board for Webster City. Pass up the floor, right wing. Goes to Stokes. Now to the corner. That time for Hoverson. Almost got the ball stolen. Tracks it back down. Left elbow is Schwant. Skip past Hoverson. Right wing deep 3. It's a rainbow shot. No good offensive board. Put back up and in for Schwant. She's got 4, and it's a 1-point game, 24-23. 1:05 left in the first half. Algona leading by 1. Etherington, right wing, hands off to Young. Young drives left-handed, scooping layup, high off glass. No good. Rebound to Hoverson again for Webster City. The Lynx can take a lead to the bucket. 50 seconds in the first half. Right elbow Hoverson. Pass down low, ball tipped away and stolen by Algona for a moment. Now a jump ball called. Possession arrow goes to the Bulldogs. And now a couple more subs for Algona in the final 44 seconds of this half. The Bulldogs will return their full starting 5. Holmes in, McCauley in for Algona. Also, Cam Etherington in to go with Busher and McCauley as well, or Busher and Young as well for the Bulldogs. 35 seconds left. Etherington up top for Algona. Passes right wing to Busher. Now up top for Holmes. Off a screen. Right wing 3. Just too strong. Hoverson another rebound. 25 seconds left in the first half. Still a 1-point Bulldog lead. 24-23. McKinney slowly across half court. Left wing. Passes to the left corner for Kosh. Kosh looking, passes to a cutting Hoverson left elbow. Now back up towards the three-point line up top. Stokes probing, drives, right side, spin move into the paint, wild layup, no good, rebound, tipped, saved by Stokes. Left elbow, three at the buzzer is up, off the iron, off the top of the backboard, and no good. Out of the hands of Leah Kosh, it almost fell. Would have given Webster City a lead, but as it stands at the half, Algona 24, Webster City 23. A tight game here at Algona High School. Again at the half, the Bulldogs a 1 point advantage. They led by 3 after 1. They lead by 1 at the halftime break. We'll take a 2-minute break here on Hometown Radio KLGA. When we come back, we'll talk about the first half, give you some of the leading scorers. All that and more is coming up after these 2 minutes right here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Back here at Algona High School, 24-23 is the score. The Algona Bulldogs have the lead by 1 here at the halftime break. For Algona, they're led by 8 points from Cameron Etherington. She scored all 8 of those points. In the first quarter, did Cam Etherington. 8 points for Etherington there. 7 points for Lillian Etherington. So the two Etheringtons doing most of the damage here for the Bulldogs. They have a combined 15 points for Algona. 15 points for the Bulldogs out of their 24. Chipping in with 4 is Abby Holmes. Also 3 for Molly McCauley. 2 points for Ashlyn Young for the Bulldogs. And those are all the scores for Algona. Again, 8 points for Cameron Etherington. 7 points for Lillian Etherington. 4 for Abby Holmes. 3 for Molly McCauley. And 2 for Ashlyn Young for the Algona Bulldogs. For Webster City, they're led by 7 points from Grace Hoverson. The senior has been good down low, 7 points, also made a three-pointer. But a huge factor on the board. Don't have the exact number, but I would imagine somewhere around 7 or 8 rebounds for Grace Hoverson as well. She's been good on both ends of the floor. 4 points for Taylor McKinney. Again, she's the leading scorer heading into this ball game. She averaged over 16 points per game last year, has scored as many as 21 so far in a game this season. Only 4 points at the half. Algona has held her in check, but still it's a 1 point lead because of the contributions elsewhere for Webster City. Besides the 7 from Hoverson and the 4 from McKinney, 4 for Adelie Schwant, also 3 for Stokes, 3 as well for Kosh, and 2 for Jenna Miller. Getting a little bit from everyone as Webster City, and they've used that to trail here just by 1 at halftime against the Algona Bulldogs, who have 24 points after scoring 13 in the first. They scored 11 in quarter number 2. They lead by 1, 24-23. Again, Algona hoping to get to 500 here on the year and get their first conference win of the season and their first conference game of the year. Webster City here playing in their 4th game of the season. They are 2-1. This too is their first conference game of the 2019-2020 season. Again at the half, Algona has a lead 24-23 over Webster City. We'll take a 2-minute break here on Hometown Radio. A 2-minute break. We'll put a couple of breaks together here. Hear from some of our sports sponsors. After this break, we'll come back. We'll got more of the first half analysis, and then we'll get you on to half number 2. It's coming up right after this 2-minute break here on Hometown Radio, KLGA. Welcome back to Algona High School. 3 minutes left here in halftime. It is a 1-point lead for the Algona Bulldogs. 24-23 is the score. It's been a pretty fast-moving game. Not a lot of fouls on either team. Not a lot of free throws. It's been well played for the most part. Some turnovers here and there, but the teams are playing good basketball so far, and Algona has a 1-point lead, 24-23. Hasn't been the best offensive game. Teams kind of sputtering at times. Webster City got going a little bit in that second quarter, especially the second half of the second quarter. But there was a time there, especially in that first period, when they really could not get anything going offensively. They were able to get in the paint at times in that first quarter, but Algona getting fingertips on a lot of passes inside, blocking a lot of shots, making it really difficult on Webster City a lot of that first half. But I think you got to credit the Lynx for fighting back. We got back within one here at the halftime break, and you can truly say this is anybody's ball game as Webster City tries to hand Algona their second consecutive loss to open up the season. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs hoping to, of course, get back to 1-1 and also push Webster City back to 2-2 and back to 500 for the Lynx. Again, Algona led by 7 points, or 8 points from Cameron Etherington. The other Etherington, the younger sister Lillian, has 7. Those two combined have 15 of Algona's 24 points. We'll see if the Bulldogs can get the others to chip in here besides the two Etheringtons. In the first half, they had 4 for Abby Holmes, also 3 for Molly McCauley, and 2 for Ashlyn Young. And those are all the points for the Algona Bulldogs. Of note, Abby Holmes did not score in the first quarter. All 4 of her points in the first half came in quarter number 2. And I see her right now taking some deep three-pointers and making most of them. She did not hit a three-pointer in that first half. She's now gone 6 quarters without a made three-pointer so far this season. I would bet that would change here pretty soon in half number 2. Meanwhile, Webster City, 7 points for Grace Hoverston, 3 of which came in the first, 4 more in the second quarter. Got to the line a bit in that second quarter. I think that helped Webster City as well. They made a handful of free throws in that second period, helped them get back within 1 at 24-23. 4 points for Taylor McKinney. She's their star point guard. Also 3 from Kelly Stokes and Leah Kosh. 4 as well from Adelie Schwant. And 2 from Jenna Miller for the Webster City Lynx. I think maybe a point of emphasis here for both teams, for Algona and for head coach Mike Ford. Continue to battle on the glass. The Bulldogs getting a lot of offensive rebounds, leading to a lot of points, second chance points at that. And I think the same could be said for Nicole Muhlenbrock, the Webster City head coach. It's to get on the defensive boards because you cannot give Algona multiple opportunities with some of the offensive weapons that they have. Time now for half number 2 here on Hometown Radio KLGA. It'll be Webster City ball from right to left. The Lynx wearing their road purples. Algona at home in their whites. 8 minutes back up on the clock. Quarter 3 underway here on Hometown Radio KLGA as McKinney will bring it across half court for Webster City. 1 point advantage for the Bulldogs. Half number 2 on right now. McKinney off a screen. Drives a 5-foot floater is up and good. Nice shot by Taylor McKinney. 1 point Webster City lead, 25-24. Holmes up top for the Bulldogs to a cutting Etherington, now right wing for Busher. The Bulldogs, there are 5 seniors out there. Young, Holmes, Busher, McCauley, and Etherington. Young, right wing, entry pass to Holmes, right block, bounce pass, left elbow driving in. McCauley loses the ball. Holmes picks it up, turnaround, layup is up and good. Kind of a look what I have found bucket for Abby Holmes. She's got 6. Going back in front by 1, 26-25. Half 2 just underway here on KLGA. Up top is Coates. Now in the corner, Hoverson takes a three-pointer, high arcing shot. It's perfect. Hoverson with 10. 28-26. The Lynx out in front a minute into this third quarter. Etherington leads the offense for the Bulldogs. Up top, passes left wing for Young. Young entry pass to Holmes again. Pass right wing McCauley. Thinks about a 3 now. Drives out the pump fake. Bounce pass to Holmes. Double team. Skip pass right wing. Now up top, Busher. She pump fakes. Bounce pass to McCauley. Wide open. Rims out. Just could not quite complete the basket. And then maybe a bit of a frustration foul there by McCauley. Her third. And it's Webster City ball off after the rebound and the foul. 2-point Lynx lead, 28-26. As McKinney's across half court, ignores a screen, drives right side, fakes a pass right, floating layup is up and in again for McKinney. 4 quick in the quarter. She's got 8, and it's suddenly a 4-point Webster City lead, 30-26. Etherington left wing for Young. Young dribbles back up top, passes to a cutting McCauley in the corner. Step back 3 for Holmes. Rims out. Rebound Hoverson again inhaling boards for Webster City. 6 to go in the third. 4-point Lynx lead. Left wing is Hoverson. Pump fakes and drives. Layup off glass. Rims around and in. 6-point Lynx lead. 32-26. Hoverson 12 to lead all scorers. And Etherington slowly across half court, left wing for Algona. Skip pass, right wing now. McCauley looking, driving baseline. Back to Holmes on the right wing. Holmes dribbles back near the top of the key to reset the offense. 5.5 left in the third quarter. Right elbow McCauley, bounce pass Young off a screen, drives, bounce pass to Holmes, right block, up and under, layup is up and good. Holmes with 2 more. She's got all 4 for Algona this half, and the Bulldogs within 4, 32-28. 5:20 to go in the third. McKinney off the screen, drives and kicks. Hoverson wide open 3. Right corner, it rattles in, and a timeout Algona. Hoverson with 15. She's got 8 of them in this quarter. We played 2 minutes and 48 seconds. A 7-point lead for Webster City, 35-28. It's a full timeout for the Algona Bulldogs. We'll keep it here with you on Hometown Radio KLGA. But 15 points for Grace Hoverson. She's made 3 threes, 2 of them in this third quarter. Also, Taylor McKinney is chipping in with 4 points this half. Webster City, offensive barrage here in the early parts of this third quarter. They have a 7-point lead. It is their largest lead of this game right now. Well, 35 points for Webster City, and Algona struggling a bit offensively here in the third. They got 4 points, all of them from Abby Holmes, and they're all in her post-ups really down low, coming from point-blank range, and the Bulldogs struggling to get some open threes here going. They made a couple of them early in the ball game. In fact, Etherington hit a couple in the first, also McCauley in the first. That was early parts of that first quarter. The Bulldogs have made just 1 3 since. It came late in quarter number 2 when Lillian Etherington caught fire. We'll see if the Bulldogs can get that 3-point shot working here again in quarter number 3 after the timeout by head coach Mike Ford. 35-28, Webster City leads by 7. 5:10 to go as the Bulldogs have possession back from left to right here at Algona High School. Lillian Etherington back in for the Bulldogs, giving a rest to Molly McCauley. Her pass into the post is knocked out of bounds. The ball stays with Algona. Holmes weighing down near the right corner. Holmes looking, throws it up top to the right elbow. Now a free throw line jumper for Busher off. Left side iron, and it rolls out of bounds. So the ball right back to Webster City. This gym right now is quiet. The Lynx have taken the momentum here away from the Algona Bulldogs. 4:55 left in the third, 7-point Lynx lead. McKinney up top, crossover, trap pass down low, stolen away. It's a foot race for the Bulldogs. 2-on-2 break. Holmes crossover, right-handed layup, off glass, rims out, rebound to the Lynx and Leah Koch. Still a 7-point lead for Webster City. They're back across half court. Left wing is Koch, guarded by Etherington. Loses the ball for a moment, but a blocking foul called against Cam Etherington. I believe that's Cameron's second personal foul. The Bulldogs' second this half.
Cam Etherington.
It is her second.
Second team foul.
2 team fouls on Algona this half, none so far on the Lynx. McKinney inbounds the ball into the backcourt, tracked down by Webster City, and Koch dribbles it back across half court herself. Now looks to hand it off, gets it over. The pass goes off the head, I believe, of Young, then rolls out of bounds. As Koch tried to find a backdoor cut to McKinney, and it was in too much traffic, knocked away by the Bulldogs, but the Lynx will inbound under their own basket with McKinney, their star senior point guard. Gets it in towards the top part of the key, hopes on a leaping attempt, knocked out of bounds though by Aaliyah Busher. Well, I'm going to make things difficult here this possession. McKinney will inbound now near the half-court stripe. Gets it in. That's to Stokes. Stokes across half court, 4:15 to go in the third, still a 7-point Lynx lead. Pick and roll, pass down low, Schwant wide open, layup off the glass is good. Pick and roll to perfection there by Webster City. It's a 9-point lead, 37-28. Right wing is Lillian Etherington for the Bulldogs. Spin move. Hands it off to Young, right side. She drives in, kicks. Left wing 3 for Cam Etherington. Rims out. Rebound to McKinney. Double team gets it off, though. To Hoverson, gets it right back to McKinney after the double team leaves. 9-point lead for Webster City. 3:40 to go in this third. McKinney, bounce pass left wing, Hoverson drives, 5-foot jumper just off to the right. Holmes, a strong rebound, and then she's fouled. That one is a foul against Schwantz, the senior. It's her first, the team's first foul this half. Only the fourth on Webster City all game.
First team foul.
37-28, Algona down by 9. Entry pass to Busher, right elbow spin move near the baseline. Layup though misses. And a rebound uncontested to Schwant. The Lynx the other way, crossover for McKinney. Now into the corner for Hoverson. She drives, passes towards the corner. It gets there off the fingertips of Holmes. Right wing deep 3 for Hoverson. Just rims out, rebound tapped up into the air. Tipped nearly out of bounds, saved though by Koch and Webster City. Pass to the right wing. Now a skip pass left side back to Hoverston. The Lynx will reset here up top, an extra possession. Leading by 9, under 3 to go in the third. Driving right side is Stokes. Layup off glass, up and in. Timeout again by Algona. 39-28 Webster City. They are outscoring the Bulldogs by 12 points so far in this third quarter. Those latest 2 points coming from the sophomore guard, Kelly Stokes. Well, it was a 24-23 lead for Algona at the half. Since then, in this third quarter, it's been 16-4 Webster City. They are controlling this third quarter, and they have a big lead here in the second half of the third. The Bulldogs need a bit of a run. They need some momentum. They need to wake up this crowd. It's been eerily quiet here at Algona High School. The cheering fans you hear right below me are the visitors, the Webster City faithful that made the trek up here to Algona. 2:42 to go in the third. Bulldogs down by 11, 39-28. Holmes will pass left wing for Etherington. She drives right handle layup, no, partially blocked, but also a foul. And 2 free throws coming up. No, they say it was on the ground, not a shooting foul. The foul was on Schwant, her second, but before the shot attempt.
Personal foul called on Natalie Schwant.
Not sure how much Algona believes that call. It was close. Holmes inbound, standing on the O of Bulldogs on her own basket. Looking up top, throws that way to Lillian Etherington. Now pass right wing to Cam. Cam left wing to Busher. Busher to the right side. A deep 3 for Abby Holmes, and that's good. Huge shot for the Bulldogs. It's Abby Holmes' first made 3 of the year. She got 11 to lead the Bulldogs. 39-31. I'm going within 8. McKinney drives. 5-foot floater again. Rims in. That's the third time she's made that same exact shot so far today, the second time this half. 41-31. Holmes left wing, deep three again. That one rims out. Rebound goes to Hoverston. The Lynx in control. Left wing three in transition for Stokes, and she hits it. 3 more for Webster City. They lead by 13. 44-31, 1:40 left. Holmes to Young, left wing. Young to a cutting Etherington. Nice grab, passes back out to the corner. Young, step back, left wing three. It's good. First Bulldog not named Abby Holmes to score in this third quarter is Ashlyn Young with 1.5 to go in the third. Back to a 10-point deficit. Left side, driving in is Kosh, and she's fouled, and she goes towards the basket from the near sideline. It is foul on the ground, not a shooting foul. That one goes against Abby Holmes, her first, and inbounds now for Lynx. The Lynx under their own basket. McKinney looks, needs some help, throws it up top, and it's tracked down to the last second by Miller. Miller now drives right elbow, loses the ball. It's tracked down by the Lynx. Driving now is Hoverson, right-hand layup, off glass is up and in. The Lynx getting everything they want down low. 17 for Grace Hoverston. 46-34. Holmes off a screen, drives and kicks. Lillian Etherington, 3-pointer from the left side and rims, out of bounds. A bit too strong there for Etherington. And bounces away from everyone, rolls away back to Webster City. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. 12-point lead for Webster City. McKinney drives in, kicks left wing for Kosh. Off a screen, Kosh hands off to Hoverson, deep right wing. Now she spins into the right elbow and hands it back off McKinney up top near the half-court stripe. 35 ticks to go in the third. 46-34. McKinney crossover, driving kick, near corner. Now back up to the top of the key, out of the right wing. Looking is Kosh, fakes a pass right, passes left side. As Stokes drives, pass up top, Hoverson wide open lane. Pump fake, right-handed push off from 3 feet out is up and in with 15 seconds to go. A 14-point Webster City leads. Holmes across half court at 7. Hands off to Etherington, now at 5. Deep up top at 3. Passes right side Young. She needs to shoot at 1. Passes it off to Holmes. Cannot get the 3 off in time. That does it for the third quarter. 48-34. Webster City a dominant third. We'll take a break. The fourth quarter is coming up after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA. Back here at Algona High School, on to quarter number 4. 48-34, Algona leads. Holmes up top, left wing 3-pointer. It's good. 10 seconds into the fourth, Abby Holmes connects on a 3-pointer, and Algona is within 11, 48-37. Holmes has 14 to lead the Bulldogs. McKinney pass into the paint, now pass near corner for Hoverston. Looking, one dribble passes back up top for Stokes. Stokes probing. Now left elbow, gets it right back on a give and go to the corner. Hoverson, right corner 3-pointer, too strong, long rebound. Hoverson has it, passes back up top to McKinney. McKinney now looking here for Webster City, drives in, left elbow, pump fakes, passes near corner, now back up top for Stokes. Stokes probing for Webster City. Now to Hoverson, right wing. One dribble, now a backdoor pass to McKinney. Right hand layup off glass is good. Beautiful look for Webster City. The lead back to 13. The Bulldogs go back the other way. Holmes up top, right hand drive, up and over the defense. Layup is good off glass. Holmes heating up. She's got 16, 12 in the second half. Bulldogs within 11 again, 50-39. McKinney to the left wing for Kosh. Kosh, a crossover, passes back near the top of the key to Stokes. The ball knocked away by Solbach, picked up by Young. Foot race, pump fake, layup up and good. Solbach the steal, Young the bucket. And the Bulldogs within 9, 50-41. Nice bucket by Ashlyn Young for the Bulldogs. McKinney for Webster City drives into the left corner, now back up top. And the ball nearly stolen away by Solbach. Tracked down though. Now left wing Hoverson, wide open three-pointer. It's an air ball. It goes out of bounds. Back to Algona. Maybe just a little bit of momentum here for the Bulldogs. A couple of subs and a couple more starters back in. McCauley in, along with Busher, replacing Young and Lillian Etherington. Cam is still out there for the Bulldogs to go with Holmes and Solbach. Right wing is Etherington. Fakes a pass, left now passes right. Busher pump fakes a three, passes up top. McCauley wide open three-pointer, just rims out. Rebound, fought for, jump ball between Hoverston and Solbach. A great effort by the 5'6" Solbach against the 5'11" Hoverston. It is though possession error to Webster City. Full court pressure by the Bulldogs, and on the inbounds pass, a timeout called by Webster City. 50-41 Algona. Bulldogs have gotten back into this game a little bit. They trailed by 14 at the end of the third quarter. They are within 9 now here in this fourth. It was just an offensive onslaught for Webster City in the third quarter. They had 23 points at the half. After quarters 1 and 2, they scored 25 in quarter number 3 alone. The Bulldogs giving up a couple points so far here in the fourth, but the offense getting going. They've scored 7 points so far here in this fourth quarter in just over 2 minutes. 50-41 Bulldogs trail. Webster City has the ball and the lead. They inbound under their own basket, facing full court pressure of Algona. Into Hoverson, they break it easily. Across half court, driving now is Stokes. Passes right side, a 10-foot jumper, up and in by Schwant, off the glass. She's got 8, and it's back to an 11-point lead. Holmes up top. Ignores the screen, drives right, passes that way. Now up top from McCauley, pump fakes a 3. Drives right, crossover against Hoverson, passes corner. 3 for Busher, no good, off back iron, rebound tracked down by Hoverson again. Got a double-double here, does Hoverson in this ball game. Still 5 to go in the fourth. She has it now right wing for Webster City, leading by 11, 5 to go in the fourth. For Goings, pump fakes, back up top Hoverson, free throw line, right wing for Stokes. Now Stokes will drive in, left-hand layup blocked, but a foul. Well, you see the strategy here for Webster City as that foul goes against Aaliyah Busher. It's her first. The team's fourth this half. But the strategy here for Webster City with an 11-point lead, 4.5 to go. Take time. Be patient on every possession. First free throw was up and good for Stokes. She now has 9 points. They take a good 40 seconds off the clock. Every possession going to be very tough here for the Bulldogs. Next free throw, though, very short. Might barely just tick iron. It was close to an air ball. So the ball to Algona. Still 12-point deficit, 51-43. Holmes across half court, left to right for Algona. 4:20 to go in this fourth quarter. Busher right wing. To McCauley up top, looking down low now, drives, spins into the paint, left-handed layup, off glass is good. Nice move, kind of a fake half spin, and then went back to the left. McCauley with 5 for the Bulldogs. They're within 10, 53-43. Full court pressure, ball stolen by Busher. A 2-on-1 for Algona. Busher into the corner, Holmes in a rhythm, 3, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Webster City. And the Lynx can't believe it. They thought it was off of Aaliyah Busher. It was a bang-bang play. Couldn't quite tell from my vantage point. But the Bulldogs will take it. Certainly, they inbound the ball under their own basket. Holmes on the U of Bulldogs. And we have a foul before the inbounds against the Lynx. Hold is called. That whistle goes against Grace Hoverston. It is her second.
Hoverston, her second.
Holmes inbounds on the U of Bulldogs again. Left wing for Young. Young into Holmes. Nice catch, turn, shot blocked. Rebound to Schwant for Webster City. Still a 10-point lead as McKinney loses her headband, picks it up and throws it out of bounds. Not that important here with the ball in her hands. Throws the ball away though, tracked down by Holmes. A 1-on-4 break. He drives right into the defense. Layup, no good, but a foul and earns 2 free throws. Oh, Holmes almost got that ball to fall. She went against most of the entire Lynx defense. The rest of her team was back on the other side of the floor. No fear from Abby Holmes. Earns 2 free throws. The whistle is against Goings, her first. Holmes sinks the first. Now, getting to the line certainly would help the Bulldogs here. It stops the clock. And this is a good free throw shooting team. It would certainly help their case getting back into this ball game. Second free throw up and good for Holmes. She's got 18. One off the game high, 19 by Hoverston. Algona within 8. Double teamed to Hoverston, and she's, no, a foul call. She was double teamed near the corner off the inbounds pass. The Bulldogs had her perfectly on the corner. She was about to step out of bounds, but a push foul called against the Bulldogs. That one goes against Abby Holmes, her second. Algona's 5th as a team. 3:30 to go in the fourth. The Bulldogs down by 8. McKinney inbounds in front of the Algona bench, gets it into Stokes. The ball though knocked away, stolen by Abby Holmes. Now a jump ball called. Arrow though does go to the Bulldogs. And a sub now for Algona. Lillian Etherington checks in. Leah Busher checks out. I think she might have been a bit shaken up there on that play. Looks uncomfortable. She heads over to the bench. So Lillian Etherington in with the rest of the starters. Cam Etherington has it up top for Algona. Now to Lillian. Lillian drives in, right side, passes corner. Young, a 3-pointer. It's too strong. Offensive board. Holmes goes back to the 3-point line. Now right back under the basket. Left wing 3-pointer for Lillian Etherington, and she hits it. And a quick timeout called by the Bulldogs. 3-pointer for Ashlyn Young. And the Bulldog crowd beginning to come to life here a bit. The Bulldogs are within 5, 53-48, 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter. 30-second timeout called by Algona. Well, the Bulldogs are working their way back into this ball game on the backs of Abby Holmes. Not only the points, but their rebounds, offensively and defensively. The defense with steals, a couple here in the fourth quarter. That latest bucket coming on an assist by Abby Holmes after she got an offensive rebound. She's doing it all right now for the Bulldogs, trying to will Algona to victory. They're within 5, 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter. It feels like the Lynx have really dominated this ball game, especially in the second half, but Algona is right there. Down by just 5, 3:06 to go in regulation. McKinney inbounds under the Bulldog basket, facing full court pressure. Needs some help, gets it in the last second. Tracked down by Kosh across half court, and she is pushed out of bounds, a foul. She was tiptoeing the sideline on the far side of the floor, and a blocking foul called. In fact, against Abby Holmes, it's her third. The team's 6th foul this half. So near half court, McKinney inbounds. Gets it into Hoverston. Nice lob pass caught at the 3-point line up top by Hoverston. Over the top of a couple of Bulldog defenders. Ball poked free and stolen by Molly McCauley. Gets it off to Abby Holmes across half court. 2:50 to go. McCauley drives in. Right-handed layup over the defense. Maybe blocked by McKinney. Rebound at Webster City. McKinney Up top, double teamed across half court. Drives into the paint. Euro step, right hand layup, rims out, rebound, trapped out by the Lynx. Extra possession for Webster City. The Bulldogs were right there, just could not quite haul it in. Hoverston left open, passes back up top to Stokes. Stokes, the spin move, double team comes and gets it away, now into the corner. That's tracked down by Kosh. Kosh spin move down the lane. Floater over the top of the defense. Too strong off the glass. McCauley the rebound. She dribbles it up the floor. Hands off to Holmes. Right wing. She's double teamed. Now back up top McCauley. Straight on three. Short offensive rebound. Etherington. Holmes. Right wing. Drives. Baseline around the defense. Left-handed scoop. Layup. No good. Hoverston has the board for Webster City. 53-48, Algona down by 5, under 2 to go, 1:45 and counting. McKinney up top. Lynx need to take off some time here this possession. The Bulldogs need to steal, and they get it. It's tipped away. The Bulldogs have it with Molly McCauley. Passes up the floor. That's tipped, but it tracked down by Young. Skip pass, right wing Etherington. Wide open three-pointer. It's good. The freshman Lillian Etherington. She's got 10. The Bulldogs are within 2, 53-51, 1:20 to go. Hoverston across half court, back up top to Stokes. Hoverston, three-point line up top, they're down. The Bulldogs are by 2, and a foul called on McCauley. She tried to steal that ball away from Hoverston near the half-court stripe. The Bulldogs were down by 14 entering this fourth quarter. They've scored 19 points in the first 6:50 of the fourth to just 3 for Webster City. That, though, is the fourth foul on McCauley and the 7th this half for the Bulldogs. So 1-and-1 free throws for Grace Hoverston. It's suddenly a 2-point Bulldog lead, 53-51. Pardon me, a 2-point Lynx lead. The Bulldogs, though, fighting back. Front end of the free throws, good for Hoverston. She's got 20 to lead all scorers. And a 3-point lead for the Lynx. 54-51, Webster City in front. Next free throw, good again. A couple of clutch free throws for Hoverston. 21 for the senior, 4-point lead for Webster City. Holmes, crossover, drives in, kicks. Left wing three for Young, rattles in. Ashlyn Young, 2 made threes this quarter, and Algona is within 1. Full timeout, 55-54, 1:02 to go. We'll keep it with you here on Hometown Radio KLGA. The Bulldogs are within 1. The three-pointers beginning to fall. I mentioned the 2 this quarter by Ashlyn Young. Abby Holmes has also made 1 in this fourth quarter. Lillian Etherington has made 1 in this fourth quarter. The Bulldogs have 4 made threes in the fourth, and that is a big reason why they are within 1 at 55-54. The Bulldogs scored 34 points in the first 3 quarters of this ball game. In the fourth, there's still time left. The Bulldogs have scored 21 and only 6 given up defensively. It has been a complete reversal here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs playing really scattered defensively, aggressive, double teaming, trapping, forcing a lot of live ball turnovers, getting some fast break hoops as well. 1:02 to go, 1-point Webster City lead, 55-54. McKinney inbounds, full court press, inbounds pass to Kosh. Dribbles it across half court amidst a crowd of Bulldogs. Now up top for Stokes. Left elbow, Hoverston. Back up top for Kosh, and Kosh is fouled by Abby Holmes. 50.2 was an intentional foul. 1-and-1 free throws for Stokes. It's the 4th on Abby Holmes. If the Bulldogs need to give up fouls here the rest of the game, they got to make sure it's not Abby Holmes giving it up. 1 more and she's out of this ball game. 1-and-1 free throws for Kosh. The first is good. Well, 3 out of 3 clutch free throws here the last couple minutes for Webster City. That's the 4th point for Kosh. Junior's second free throw. Rims out, short, rebound, tip into the hands of Lillian Etherington. Holmes, left wing, down by 2. Algona can take a lead with a 3. 40 seconds left. In the near corner, it's Etherington. Pass down low, stolen by Mckinney, and a foul on Algona. A But it's an ill-advised pass down the road. The opening was there, but a split second late.
Personal foul called on Ashlyn Young.
Foul called on Ashlyn Young. It's her first, and it's 1-and-1 free throws. The 9th team foul on the Bulldogs, and it's McKinney, the senior point guard. Still a 2-point lead, 36 seconds to go in the fourth. The first for McKinney is short. Rebound to Cam Etherington. Dribbles it across half court herself. Bulldogs down 2. Right wing 3. Lily Etherington for the lead. Too strong. Rebound goes out of bounds. No one touched it. The ball back to Webster City. 2-point Lynx lead, and they have the ball. 25.7. Bulldogs need a steal or a foul. McKinney inbounding in the left corner, and a timeout call. Could not get the ball in. Webster City does have 2 timeouts left after this. The Bulldogs are out of timeouts. And any more fouls on the Bulldogs, it means 2 free throws. Next foul would be number 10 on Algona this half. 56-54. Webster City leads. They had a big lead at the end of 3. They led by 14. The Bulldogs have gotten as close as 1 here in the fourth quarter. Currently a 2-point advantage for Webster City. Can the Bulldogs complete this comeback? Roaring back in this fourth quarter. 25 more seconds. A solid defense. A bucket here. Free throw here. Who knows? The Bulldogs get a huge come-from-behind win. Well, Webster City, they're led by Grace Hoverson, 21 points. 12 from Taylor McKinney, 9 from Kelly Stokes, 8 from Natalie Schwant. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs, 18 from Abby Holmes, 13 from Ashlyn Young. She's been great. Lillian Etherington with 10, Cameron Etherington with 8, Molly McCauley with 5 for the Bulldogs. And those are the only 5 Bulldogs that have scored tonight. 2-point lead for Webster City, 25.7 to go. No timeouts for the Bulldogs, 2 for Webster City, 2 free throws with every foul for Webster City. They get it inbounded to McKinney, a breakaway down the right side of the floor, loses the ball, passes it back off, shot off glass, no good. The ball though stolen by Webster City, put back no. Rebound to Cam Etherington, 13 seconds left, throws the ball to Holmes, drives in, layup, no good, but a foul. And 2 free throws for Abby Holmes. The wildest sequence. Webster City did not need to shoot. They shot twice and missed, got the ball back once, but the Bulldogs come out of the pack with the ball. A dangerous pass down the floor to Holmes, who gets fouled with 8.6 to go. Her first free throw, it's good. Oh my goodness, one more free throw to tie the game up with 8.6. Holmes, the senior, calmly shoots. Too strong, long rebound, and it's saved by Webster City, and a foul against Molly McCauley. On the far side of the floor, Stokes tracked it down, and she was tiptoeing the sideline, almost fell out of bounds. A little bit of a push from the back. McCauley is fouled out. 2 free throws for Stokes with 4.7 to go. The game, though, not over. Bulldogs, yes, no timeouts, but at worst, they'd be down by 3, and they could still force overtime with a 3-point field goal. First free throw of 2 for Stokes. It rims out. Now it gets interesting. Timeout, Webster City. They have 1 left after this. As a reminder, the Bulldogs have no timeouts left. Whether it's a make or a miss, the Bulldogs have to go the length of the floor in 4 seconds. 56-55, Webster City leads. Can they cling on to this win? They led by 14 points at the end of 3. The Bulldogs have just put on a barrage offensively here in this fourth quarter. They've scored 21 points. They have 55 now. They had only 34 the first 3. They were averaging about 11 points a quarter the first 3 quarters. And they have turned it on here in the fourth, but they still need at least 2 more to win. They're down by 1, 56-55, with 4 seconds to go. 1 more free throw for the sophomore Kelly Stokes, who has 9 points tonight. 4.7 seconds left to be exact. Again, no timeouts left for the Bulldogs. They cannot stop the clock. Stokes' second free throw rattles in. Busher will inbound. We have whistles and a timeout called by Webster City. So the Bulldogs, we're going to think about this. Again, it's another full timeout. We'll give it here for you here on Hometown Radio KLGA. 57-55 Webster City. Latest free throw by Stokes. She now is in double figures with 10, joining Hoverston and McKinney, the 3 Lynx, with 10 or more. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs, they have 3 players with 10 as well. Abby Holmes, 19. Ashlyn Young, 13. Lillian Etherington, the freshman, has 10. She made a big three-pointer in this fourth quarter. Made 2 three-pointers so far in the game. Also 8 from Cam Etherington for the Algona Bulldogs. 57-55, Webster City leads. 4.7 left. The Bulldogs need to move the length of the floor and get a bucket. A 2 would force overtime. A 3 would win. Anything else, and it would be a win for Webster City. It'll be Busher to inbound out there with the 2 Etheringtons, Young and Holmes. And the 5 out there, starting 5 out there for Webster City. Busher inbounds on the L of Bulldogs. 4.7. They get it into Holmes, and they get across half court. Right side drives in the paint, right hand layup at the buzzer. It's up and good! Holmes forces overtime with the floating layup over the defense. 57-57. We're headed for overtime. It looked like the Lynx were trying to foul. They had a couple to give. They could not get the whistle, and then they let Holmes race to the basket. And she laid it up over the top of Hoverston. And we're tied at 57. Oh my goodness, free basketball. 4 more minutes back up on the clock, and we're not done. Abby Holmes, 21 points. She has 17 of them in the second half and 10 of them in the fourth quarter. Wow. What a fourth quarter that was. See if I can do my math here in my head quick. The Bulldogs scored 23 points in the third quarter to just 9 for Webster City to erase that 14-point deficit. We're tied at 57, now into overtime. Algona, though, in a bit of foul trouble. Webster City in none. The Bulldogs have already lost Molly McCauley for this game. She's fouled out. Abby Holmes has 4 fouls. No one else in really much foul trouble for the Bulldogs, but of course Abby Holmes fouls out of this ball game, and the Bulldogs going to be hard pressed. She has 21 points, leading the way, tied for a game high, 21 as well for Hoverston of Webster City. Schwant to jump against Lillian Etherington. The Bulldogs have their 4 seniors out there. That's Holmes, Young, Cam Etherington, and Busher, along with Lillian Etherington. Tapped though won by Webster City. McKinney across half court. Overtime underway. McKinney right wing drives, passes to the corner. Now up top is Stokes, down to a cutting deep Kosh. And she's fouled from behind. Her shot missed, maybe partially blocked by Busher, but 2 free throws for Kosh. Foul on Busher. I believe that one is her second.
Personal foul called on Aaliyah Busher.
It is.
Her second.
And it is 2 free throws here for Kosh. First, misses. It's short. Well, what a turnaround in the fourth quarter for Algona. Second free throw for Kosh. That one's good. She has 5 and a 1-point lead for Webster City, 58-57. Holmes across half court. Up top, passes right wing for Young. Young looking, makes a pass inside, now gets it into Busher. One dribble with her left hand, passes back up top, stolen away by Webster City with Kosh. And now the ball is stolen right back by the Bulldogs. Young has it, gets it to Holmes somehow. Holmes drives into the corner, wide open 3. Busher left side, it's good! Busher, her first points tonight. The Bulldogs a 2-point lead, 60-58. 3:10 to go in the fourth. Or in the overtime, I should say. McKinney up top, free throw line, pass, left wing. Stokes is open, does not shoot, now dribbles back to the top of the key, underneath the basket, Kosh, layup misses, Etherington the rebound, up the floor, Busher saves it, but into the hands of McKinney, the ball nearly thrown away. Wide open, down low is Kosh at the fast break bucket, and we're tied at 60. Oh, 2:45 to go in overtime, 60 all. Holmes up top for the Bulldogs, left open up top. I think about shooting here. Backs out deep right wing. Passes left side to Young. Entry pass to Busher, and we have a jump ball. Dangerous pass into the paint. Busher trying to ward off her defender. That down low was Stokes, and good effort by Stokes to get a couple hands on that ball. Jump ball. Arrow, though, goes to Algona. Holmes inbounds under her own basket. We're tied at 60. Up top, Lillian Etherington, the freshman. Skip pass, right corner, Holmes. Double team, passes back up top to Young. Etherington, now far corner, Busher, another three-pointer. Short, long rebound, Young has it for Algona. Back up top to Holmes. 2:10 to go in overtime. The Bulldogs and Lynx tied at 60. Right wing, Cam Etherington, wide open three. Short, Lillian, the offensive rebound, loses the ball, picks it back up, throws it off the knee of the Lynx out of bounds. Kosh just knocked that one away. The Bulldogs, though, maintain possession. Holmes will inbound in the corner. Right into Lillian Etherington. Wide open right wing three. Short, long rebound. Cam Etherington tracks it down. Right corner now, it's Holmes. Her three-pointer, too strong. Offensive board, Busher back up top for the Bulldogs. Busher now, left corner three. It's good again! Aaliyah Busher, 2 threes in the overtime. She did not score in regulation. 63-60 Bulldogs, 1:40 to go. McKinney drives, floating layup in traffic, no. Holmes the rebound for Algona. 1.5 left. Holmes across half court, pushing the tempo, drives, hands it off to Etherington. Back up top, Busher. Pump fake, spins into the paint. Left-handed scoop, layup too strong. Rebound to Webster City. 1:20 to go. Bulldogs lead by 3. McKinney probing across half court, right side ball, poke free, she gets it right back, and now a foul called against Ashlyn Young, and that's 2 free throws for McKinney with 1:10 to go in overtime. The fouls carry over from the second half into this overtime period. So 2 free throws for the senior Taylor McKinney. That foul on Young, her second. McKinney's first is good. Clutch free throw for the senior. 1:10 to go in overtime. Bulldogs lead by 2. Second for McKinney. Too strong, long rebound, and tracked down by Webster City and Schwantz. Back to McKinney. Right wing. Now Hoverston up top. Looking left. Passes that way to Stokes. Stokes off a screen from Schwant. Under a minute to go. Bulldogs lead by 2. Hoverston, left wing, guarded by Busher. Drives, baseline, spins back up near the top part of the key. Backdoor cutting McKinney, floating layup to tie. It's good with 45 seconds left. Nice look by Hoverston to McKinney. 63-63, 40 ticks to go. Holmes calmly the other way for Algona at 35 seconds left. Bulldogs might try to hold here for a final shot at 30. Now Etherington, deep right wing, that's Cameron Etherington, along with her sister Lillian, now has it left side. 20 seconds left. Young double team, passes back to Lillian. Left wing for Busher. 15 to go, back to Holmes, up top, drives into the paint, floating layup, it's blocked, tracked down by the Lynx. At 10 seconds left, picks up the dribble, the ball ripped away, and we have a timeout. Oh, before the steal by Aaliyah Busher, could have been a breakaway to win the game. Webster City calls timeout. That was nearly disastrous for Webster City, and elation for the Bulldogs. They're saved by the bell are the Lynx. 7.4 to go in overtime 1. 63-63. It's Webster City basketball. And I believe they'll be inbounding from right near half court on the left side of the floor in front of the scorer's table. If you're Webster City, you got to probably draw a play up here for Grace Hoverson. She's been your go-to player all night long. 21 points, most of those in the second half, 14 of them in the second half. Has not scored, though, in overtime. 63-63. 7.4 to go in overtime number 1. Remember, if you're just joining us, the Bulldogs trailed by 14 after 3. Outscored the Lynx 23-9 in the 4th to force overtime. They had a 3-point lead in this overtime period, but Webster City has fought back to tie it, and now they have the ball with 7.4 to go, a chance to win. Same fives out there for both teams. It'll be Hoverson to inbound in front of the scorer's table right in front of us. Hoverson looking. Gets it into the far side of the floor. No, she throws it away. No one touched it. Tried to get it into Mckinney, racing towards the left corner. And she threw the ball down around her feet. It bounced, skipped right past her, and rolled out of bounds. A turnover. No time should have come off the clock because it was not touched. But they do say 5.8, taking off about a second and a half off the clock. But if it was touched by a Bulldog, I believe. And they're going to reset the clock back to 7.4. That is the right decision, I believe. And they will. Right call, good job by our officials. The Bulldogs will inbound from the same exact spot, just the left of the scorer's table, left side of the floor. So the Bulldogs will get it in the backcourt. 7.4 to go. Any kind of points, you take a lead and you might pick up a win. But if you're the Bulldogs, you want to avoid what Webster City just did. You want to make sure you and you only have the ball in these final 7.5 seconds. You take a shot or no one takes a shot. You do not want to give the ball back to Webster City. If you're Algona, it's been Abby Holmes really beginning everything for the Bulldogs. You might think of her potentially a drive and kick situation. She has been drawing nearly all the defense, still scoring at times, but that might be able to create an open look for someone else. 63-63, Busher will inbound. The Bulldogs with the Etheringtons, Young, and Holmes. Busher will inbound. Left of the scorer's table. Into Holmes, across half court, right side in the corner at 5, drives baseline, and she's fouled. 4.3 to go. It's a good foul by Webster City. It was on the ground. They're not yet over the limit, so the Bulldogs will now inbound under their own basket. That foul on Schwant, her third, and now she'll be replaced by Jenna Miller. Holmes inbounds under her own basket. 4.3 to go in a tie game in overtime. Into Busher under the basket. Layup is good with 3 seconds left. A three-quarter court heave for Webster City. No good, and the Bulldogs win. What a way to end it. The Bulldogs come from 14 down in the fourth quarter, and they pick up a 2-point win, 65-63 in overtime. Oh man, what a win. The Algona Bulldogs narrowly pick up their first win of the season. Webster City, a tough way to lose. They fall in overtime, 65-63. A thrilling victory for the Algona Bulldogs. My goodness, what a ball game this was. The winning bucket on the pass from Abby Holmes along the baseline to a cutting Aaliyah Busher. Scored 8 points tonight, all of them in overtime. 2 very clutch threes from the left corner, and that game-winning bucket just before the buzzer. The three-quarter court heave for Webster City, and Leah Kosh was too short, and the Bulldogs win 65-63. Final numbers here in this one. The Bulldogs were led by 21 points from Abby Holmes. She did not score in overtime, but she really got a lot of the offense moving. 8 points. In fact, all the points in overtime for Algona were scored by Aaliyah Busher. The Bulldogs scored 8 in the overtime period, all of them by Aaliyah Busher. How about that? It was enough to pick up the win for Algona. But 21 from Abby Holmes, 13 from Ashlyn Young, 10 from Lillian Etherington, 8 from Cam Etherington, 8 all in OT from Aaliyah Busher, and 5 from Molly McCauley for the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, Webster City, 21 points for Grace Hoverston, 15 for Taylor McKinney, 10 for Kelly Stokes, 8 for Adelie Schwant, 7 for Leah Kosh, and 2 for Jenna Miller. What a thrilling ball game. Algona wins in overtime, 65-63 over Webster City. Well, that will do it here for us tonight. We will have a chance to pick the brain of head coach Mike Ford tomorrow morning. And we resume breakfast with the coaches from the Chrome Restaurant tomorrow morning, 9:05 from the Chrome Restaurant here on Hometown Radio. You'll be able to hear from head coach Mike Ford and the other area head coaches here as well on that tomorrow morning. Again, the final score, Algona wins by 2 in overtime, 65-63. The Bulldogs are now 1-1, 1-0 in NCC play. They play tomorrow right here at home against Charles City. Webster City now is 2-2 and 0-1 in conference play. Thanks to everyone who made this broadcast possible. The Algona broadcasting class as well for streaming online on YouTube. Also thanks to Mike Vandy and Ryan Merrill back in our Hometown Radio studios. This is Mark Randy signing off after a thrilling Bulldogs win, 65-63. Join us tomorrow morning, 9:05 for the Coaches Show. For now, though, that's all I've got for you. Thanks for listening here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.